Morning, everybody. Um, I took the long from Bruce. I'll show you. I'll show it to you. I had to enter twice. The first time I got knocked out. Um, Hold on here. Let me get my. I took. I had to enter the trade twice. I'll show it here in a minute. But I took the trade from the prior day open to the prior day high, and that was that was pretty much the bulk of the money there. um, so let's see here. Let's look at something. Let's go back to NQ. The gold's kind of well. Let's look at gold for a second here. Jesus, could it be? I don't. Now let's look at the NQ for a second here. So the NQ just went through its high right there. Um, the ES is on the long side, so I'm kind of biased for longs in the NQ also. But man, it's I'm gonna let everything settle a little bit still. So I didn't take the trade. I got two NQ charts. I got the one that I keep using down here to show you guys. So I can easily just go like this, go like this, go like this. Subscriber gave me this idea instead of dragging my charts. Oh, look at that. Fucking gold is going to go. God dang it. I was looking at that as a potential long. Man, if that thing runs up through the top of that freaking box, that's going to be Katie bar the door, because this will be the third attempt out of the 15-minute range. Shit. Anyways, so it's over here. So I'm going to drag it over for you, Bruce, just to show you what I did. The markers are on here. Because I actually took the trades on this chart. But anyway, so we had price crossover, create a new current day high, roll down, and bounce off the prior day open. Well, I had my stop just below that candle. It came down, ticked me out on the next candle, and ran straight up. And I said, son of a bitch. And so I pushed my buy trigger again. And as soon as it came out of the box, it just went, and it went fing, ving. And I put my target right at the prior day open. It obviously went through, but so that was my pretty good trade for the morning. It was in the NQ. Gold had one right here, and I don't know. I just didn't take it. I don't like when the red line is sloping down and the trades to the top of off the top of the red line. I don't really like that trade. If you see what I'm talking about, I like when the red line's head is already turned around, but it is resistance from the top. Or support, I should say. It is support. I just didn't take it. Yeah, it was Bruce, people ask me, I've had many people ask me, do you re-enter trades? As long as the reverse side isn't significant, like the pullback that knocked me out, long as it wasn't significant, yeah, when it turns around and goes back to where I originally came from, hell yeah, hit that thing. Because that's just the dirty dog shit that NQ does. NQ knows people jumped in here, they'll go clean them out, and then boom, go do what they were going to do anyways. So, and that's where the Trade Saber order entry tool really helps me out, because manually I just never would have gotten that done in time. I just never would have gotten that done in time. But with the Trade Saber, I could push the button, and then granted, sometimes I get skipped, but it's better than not being able to get the trade on the chart at all in the first place. Oh, really, Bruce? Okay. Now it's just a personal thing of mine because I feel like we're still swimming upstream. Like when you're moving averages are going one way and you're taking a trade off that moving average, it's like I feel like I'm swimming upstream because there's other moving averages. I mean, mine aren't the only ones. There's 50 EMAs and things like that you're battling that are sliding behind you. It has so Trader Joe, to answer your question. Okay, question about the GC red line. The candle broke the pivot. Yes, it did. To the left, it did, but closed back above the pivot. I don't care about that. I don't care about where the body closes. I only care about the wick and all. I mean, how many times have we seen a wick go through our pivot, say on a long side, by one tick and then come back down, hit support, and then boom, it's our signal. Excuse me, but fuck the body. It's the candle. Where did price go? Price action. Fuck the body. The body has nothing to do with it in my world. It has to do with the where did price go? And so, yeah, that did break that pivot to the downside too, which is another reason to kind of be like a little hesitant. You'll notice, even though it ran up, I mean, the buy-in to this trade hasn't been that significant because it's not going anywhere. But I mean, you could have made $400 or $500 on that for sure. And granted, if you're still in it, it's not over yet. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't take it either, Trader Joe. I mean, I didn't take it either, but for multiple reasons. I mean, that pivot was broken. Yeah, that's a problem. Um, Now, for a different reason, I should have taken it. I'll tell you that different reason in a second. So it didn't break. It broke that pivot. Yeah, that's a problem. Number two, I just don't like the red line being sloped down. Now, what's the reason that the trade is actually a pretty valid setup on the other side? Well, it's the exact mid band of the opening range break. But I don't talk about it much. I've talked about this many times. When price goes back inside the bottom of that box, it'll go out the other side. And that's exactly what happened here. And for it to come back and hit this mid band and reject off of it, that's a standard thing too. This is the exact midpoint of the opening 15-minute range. And it came down, bing, bing. So that's and if you put that thing on your charts, which I'm not saying you have to, but if you do, you'll recognize many times that mid band yesterday, that mid band in gold, man, it was what was holding gold down. So today it's what's holding gold up. Yeah, NQ is doing that. Absolutely. Let me look at what the ES is doing at the same time. I'm kind of a little concerned about the ES and the NQ right at this point, because we do look like we're just sitting in consolidation. I mean, we're not really doing anything. Man. But that mid band in gold, it sure did work like a beautiful freaking trade, man. I'm sorry. I screwed the pooch on that one. I should have been. I was looking at the moving averages. I wasn't looking at the mid band as much as I should have been. Yesterday, that mid band, let's see if I can find. I believe it was yesterday. Yesterday, that mid band was a beast. Yeah, it was. Okay, it was yesterday to the long side also. See, it was to the long side. So it crossed over. Here's the mid band. Bam. Here's the mid band. Bam. Here's the mid band going down, up inside it. Bam. So that mid band was a beast of that 15-minute opening range yesterday. 3 times. Long, crossover, short. So that mid band can really be a point of interest for trading, specifically in GC, in my opinion, specifically. That's why I leave that one on my charts. I don't have it on the others. Now what will happen is if price gets up here, you'll see that the top of the mid band will start becoming support. So a W in the NQ. No, JC, I don't. There's no W. I mean, because this. Oh, sorry, fucking A. Excuse me. This bottom's way the hell down here. I mean, if that's what you're talking about. I mean, there's a delay in the chat, so I'm not. There's no support down here for where we would have had the first leg. Now, is it potential that it's going to go long? Yeah, I mean, there's potential it's going to go long, but even on this run up here, see this pivot high? We didn't break this pivot to the downside. So, I mean, it's still showing short. Excellent today, man. I'm up $1,000. Up $1,000 on a line-to-line trade. A line-to-line trade in the NQ, in the pre-market. We kind of need this stuff to we need the market to make a decision what it wants to do. Before I start trying to make money off of it. Did any of you see the video I made of the NQ trade I took yesterday afternoon? Holy shit. That was absolutely beautiful. We could get an M here. Absolutely. We need it to come up a little more. We could get an M here. Run up. Had a straight move down. Would like it to come back up here and then reject. I really want it to come back a little more. I observe the opening range on gold, the 15-minute opening range. I have taken trades off of it. today I could kick myself in the ass because I didn't take this one. I mean, I really could kick. And see now, remember how I said before that once it goes above, the top of the box will now be support. See how it's trying to hold it up here? It may not be successful, but it's trying to hold it. Oh, well, we have news at 10, don't we? That's got a little spike there. Didn't we have some news at 10 or something? No, we didn't have any news at 10. I don't have any news at 10. But the top of the box will try to be support once price gets over it. And like I said, so many times, man, I'm telling you, if you, I used to know a trader that traded only the 15-minute box, okay? And he's the one that kind of gave me the insights of things that I wasn't aware of. And he traded it on oil. But anyways, and oil and gold are, might as well be the same damn thing. But one of the things he taught me was this whole concept that once price picks a side of the box that it comes out of, so many times when it finally goes back inside that box, it'll go from end to end. And that's exactly what it did. And it magically stopped here. That's exactly what it did. And it magically stopped here. And then what did it do? It came down, hit the mid band, and went right back out of the box. I mean, these things are very repetitive. And I know these rules, and I sat here and didn't even take that trade. I wasn't paying attention. I know these theories of the box, and they work real well in gold, and they also work real well in oil. And that's all he trades, and then he's done. That's what he does. And he lives in California also, just like Jim. This trader lives in California. And he just trades the opening range box, and that's it. The problem with the opening range box is it's you really have to have. I mean, I know this trade looks clean as a whistle. I get that, but you really have to have, like for example, this cross from here to here. You really have to have the ability to sustain a decent sized loss, in case this falls over and knocks you out. I mean, like, you got to give the trade room. But the winning side, when you have a decent sized box like this, the winning side is, once this thing broke this pivot, man, that's Katie bar the door. There it goes. And so the pivot that was the push down here, once it was broken here, you can see it was over from one end of the box to the other, just like that. And it completely ignored the red line and all that stuff because it's going from here to here. That's what its mission was. Anyways, but you got to be able to. So I don't really talk about it much on my lives or anything, because again, it's not necessarily prop firm friendly trading. In case you get popped in the head. But from box to box, it's $1,500 right there. This box is $1,500. One contract. Box end to end is $1,500 today. Took the YM gold. YM bounce off the gold line.
(828-649)
Hold on here.
0701.
Hold on here. I'm busy. Busy. I had a house set yesterday. I had a big, huge cape, 3 carriers, because I got dormers across one carrier, 3 carriers delivered to Western North Carolina yesterday. And yeah, busy day yesterday. And I made a shit ton of money trading. And I made a shit ton of money trading. Yeah. All right, come on, market, start doing something. We're kind of in that same scenario here that we were yesterday before everything kind of came to life. The NQ and the ES are kind of, the ES is stuck between the prior day high and the prior day open. If everybody sees that, it's stuck here. So that's the NQ is just going to stay stuck until the ES picks a freaking direction. Yeah, I'm just going to kind of keep watching stuff. Something will happen. You guys know that. See, the number one thing you can do is sit on your hands until the market says, jump in, man. Kind of like the trade I took yesterday in the at 3:00 in the NQ. I mean, I don't trade at 3:00. I just happen to look over. I'm like, this damn thing's telling me to go long. It's telling me to go long. It's saying, Bob, come over here, jump in right here, and we're going to go here, and we're going to pay you $2,000 some odd dollars. Okay, shit, let's do it. I mean, sometimes the trades just punch you in the face. Wow. Okay, we're back inside the box now. That's interesting. That is interesting with gold. Yeah, I got to remember with gold, even though this whole thing is like a failed long, it really wasn't failed. I mean, that right there is 10 points. That's $1,000 a contract. Just that swing right there. I mean, that same rotation. This is why I'm not trading oil anymore. That exact same rotation in oil might be worth $300, $400, maybe on a good side. Whereas in gold, it's worth $1,000. I said 300, 400, maybe. Hey, Charles, how you doing? We're just kind of waiting for the for something to move. Right now, the NQ is just kind of in consolidation, whatnot. And I talked about a beautiful pre-market NQ trade I took off of our static line in the pre-market from the prior day open to the prior day high. Bam, bam. That's what made me my $1,000 for the morning. Yeah, they're gonna talk, Bob. I know. Hey, is Ryan Scooby in here? Ryan, are you in here? Shit, Jim, are you looking at that? We broke the pivot to the downside, but man, we're sitting on that 5-minute gold line. Damn it. But Trader Joe, Put that on your chart. And my settings are 820. Well, the way my data runs, hold on, Ryan. The way my data runs, my settings at 8:21 a.m. to 8:35 a.m. Okay, on that. That's what my settings are. And it creates my box. And then just go back and look. Go back and look at prior days and just kind of see the patterns off that box. Ryan, I got your email, man. That my comment had literally nothing to do with you. It was a generalization. That's all. My comment was literally, I literally wasn't even thinking about you when I said it, just so you know. So don't worry about it. It's just a generalization. I was trying to make a generalization of the difference between men in trading and women in trading. And of course I was patting the women on the back because they are just, I just think a woman trader, if I teach her this strategy, she'll just be much better at this than men, just because of the things I was talking about. If they just, pay attention to the rules, follow the pivots, do the things, they're not gonna try to reinvent the wheel like every man seems to do. That's all I was saying. And I had no thoughts of you in that when I was saying it. Yeah, women are awesome, Nadine. And that's why I said, having been a CPA in my background, I'm going to be 1,000% honest. The best freaking accountants in the world are women. They're not men. Much better accountants than men. For example, are we talking about gold, Stephen? Probably gold. You got to give me an instrument when you say that, man, because the prior day low at gold with me was, I guess, 906. Did I look at? No. And not because there's anything wrong with it. I would have been a lot more interested in it if when it came up, it broke this pivot and then sat on top, but it came up and matched that pivot. So a lot of times that could be an M pattern, where we're down and then back up and then down. You see what I'm saying? So I like those little symbols, if it stuck that wick through right here by one tick and killed the direction of these dots, then I would have been a lot more interested. Does that make sense? Yeah, exactly, David. Exactly. My wife's the one that handles all that stuff. You don't want me doing, there's just things I'm going to say. You don't want me doing that. There are certain things you don't want me doing. You're down 541, Rick. Well, we're going to get your money back right here. Gold's going to give it to you, because what gold's going to do is it's going to come and break this pivot, and then it's going to do a 1 minute gold line, and then it's going to go long. Oh yeah, no problem, Ryan. No problem. Yeah, no problem. No, and I mean it all in jest too. Meaning, like when I made the comment I made, it's just all in jest. It's because, it's just, men are wired different than women, and that makes some things men are much better at than women, and some things women are significantly much better at than men. In general, there's always exceptions to everything. Yeah, we need gold to give us a to give us something here, and that would be what I'd be looking for, Rick. Yes, exactly, Jim. I agree with that. God, I tell you, NQ is just not going to do shit. NQ is just not going to do shit. It's just sitting here. And so is the ES. I mean, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Come on, gold. Now give us something to hang our hat on. Come on back down here. Don't just run away. That damn 5 minute gold line. And gold sure did hold. All right, come on, gold. Man, the NQ is just anybody putting contracts in the NQ right now is just a glutton for punishment. They apparently like donating money because that damn thing isn't doing crap. Jim identified the same thing, Ryan. So no, Jim was talking about the same thing. I'll be right back. All right, come on. Come on, Gold. All right, let's see here. Mm-hmm. All while you slept. I told the story a long time ago. I've told it a couple times of how I came across the overnight open, and it kind of correlates with what you wrote there about 11:45 last night. How I came across the overnight open. Come on. Get inside. Stay inside. Stay inside. Stay inside. Stay inside. Oh, fuck. Damn it. All right, well, I had to go. Damn, I hate that. I hate big candles like that. Jesus. Come on. This is exactly why I hate big candles. Come on. Come on, gold. Let's go. Exactly why I hate big candles, because they have a tendency to backfill. Come on. There you go. All right, let's go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Give me an opportunity to go, 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 go. Come on. You need to go out the top, damn it. Come on. Come on, gold. There you go. Let's go. Let's go. Out the top. Oh my God. I'm going to sit right here. I'm looking for resistance. Don't really have any. I think I'm going to get knocked out. Yep. Yep. Just fucking go, gold. Yeah, I told you, Amelia. I told you. It's like it can show some good stuff. It can show some good stuff. This did not do the reaction I needed. That's why I squeezed my stop. It needs to come. That second candle right here. When you're this close to this pivot right here, that second candle needs to come out the top and at least wick it, and it didn't. Is anybody trading any of these RTY trades? They've had a couple good rotations in the RTY. The RTY, actually, looking at the RTY, it's been the best one this morning, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Look at the crossover. Look at this crossover right here. Donkey channel high, smooth pullback, bam, bam. There you go. And it does another one, boom, bam. Yeah, the RTY has been pretty good this morning. The RTY has been pretty good this morning. You're still in the YM, Master? All right. Good for you. Good for you. Oh man. I'll show you guys a YM trade I took this morning. The markers aren't on there, but I don't think they're still on there. No, they aren't. Anybody want to see a YM trade I took this morning that didn't work? This one right here. Ping, ping, ping. And I had my stop sitting down here waiting for it to go back to this mark right here. And it went through these broke these pivots on the rotation, and I was so convinced then that it was going to roll down and just go back up and go to this marker, and the freaking thing didn't. Instead, it came over, retested it again, and then went to the marker. I was like, what the hell? Oh my God, what a pisser. And then went to the market. I had the right idea. I just had the wrong bounce. I had the right idea, just the wrong bounce. I think I got knocked out with like 2 ticks of profit or something. I mean, I kept my stop way down towards even once it rotated up, because I just wanted that trade to go to, I knew where they wanted to go. They wanted to go back to that line. But no, they wanted to come back, test that line again, and then go. And if you look at it, that's what makes it so funny. I always tell people in this trading room, just so you guys know that aren't here often, if the RTY and the YM are moving together, and I take the YM trade, you better take the RTY trade, because that will be the one that works better. Same thing with this road. So, like, look at this beautiful crossover here in the pre-market. Look at this beautiful crossover here. Retest, bam. Where did it go to? To the next line. Once it was here, I'm like, well, shit, they're just going to bring it back here. Well, yeah, they did, but they did it after they went here. And you can see they deliberately did it after that. God dang. But this crossover in the pre-market, boom, retest to the bottom, right back to here. I mean, I saw that pattern to my left. And I'm like, well, they're just going to go from here to here. I mean, hell, which they did. Just did it in a real ugly way. Freaking pisser. What a pisser. What a pisser. What a pisser. Is that what's above us? Yeah, prior day close. Oh, Jim's telling his target. I got you. I thought he was explaining to me the prior day close is coming. It wouldn't be surprising if off that 5-minute gold line, it does go to the prior day close. That would not be surprising. Yeah, RTY is a nice instrument to trade, Nadine, for the most part. It's one of my favorites. That's why I have it on the charts. I mean, I don't come across many people that ever trade it. I mean, but it trades nice. The YM trades nice too. It's, the NQ is the one that's just freaking rotten to the core. But, like in the pre-market, the NQ is not bad. In the afternoon, like the NQ trade I took yesterday afternoon, the afternoon NQ is not bad. It's just in that morning time, boy, it is vicious. It is just vicious. Absolutely vicious. The NQ is a vicious animal. And today, that NQ is stealing a lot of money from people. I can tell you that right now. With what it's doing, it is stealing a lot of money. I mean, and not every day is a day that you can just sit here and print money. And on those days, what's the most important thing? Not to lose the money you've already made by trying to create a trade that's not there. I did a video on it yesterday, Daniel, that I posted yesterday afternoon on my channel. I specifically talk detail why I decided to take it. Again, I don't trade at 3:00 in the afternoon, just to be clear. But I was sitting at my desk and I looked over and it's like, holy shit. I had already seen the exact same pattern at 1:30 in the NQ work. And one of the phrases I use is rinse, wash, repeat. And because the market has a tendency to do the same things over and over again. So like if your static lines are going from line to line to line to line, then the static lines are working. If your moving averages are going from here to here to here to here, then your moving averages are working. And that's exactly what ended up happening at 3:00. I looked back over what happened at 1:30 was very similar to what happened at 3:00. And I was like, shit. And that's why PPP, of course, by the way, full disclosure, the one at 1:30 worked a lot better than the one at 3:00 in terms of time and stuff. Which of course everybody in this room would expect since I was in the one at 3:30 or 3:00. It's not going to work as smooth. But anyways, I ended up, I'm pretty sure I cleared about $2,400 on that trade. And I mean, it was beautiful. It was just absolutely beautiful. I think my initial risk going into that trade was probably about $200. So if you can take an initial risk of $200 and end up with $2,400 on a trade, you're probably doing pretty good. Yeah. Okay. So Daniel, that's very good point. I took 2 trades in the NQ today. One was a loss, one was a win, but I'm up over $1,000. So the main thing, and I harp this over and over again. The first thing I had to learn how to do was I had to learn how to take losses. Because that's what I struggled in trading. I always wanted to use. I'm got to be right. As a mathematical person, 1 and 1 is 2. I don't care how many times you ask somebody, what 1 and 1 is. It's always 2. And so with that mindset, pass this test, past this rule, pass this rule, pass this rule, this trade's going to do this, and it wouldn't do that, and I'd be the guy buying into the bad trade because it's really got to do this, and then all of a sudden I blow up my accounts. So one of the main things I had to learn was the other side of math, which is the willingness to accept that 50% of the time I get into a trade, I'm not going to make money. I'm going to lose money. And once I started using that math, my whole trading changed. It's all statistical probability now. 50% of the time I'm going to be right, 50% of the time I'm going to be wrong. And once I allowed myself to be wrong, that's the key phrase, allowed myself to be wrong 50% of the time, then all I had to do then was just make sure my targets on my 50% that are right are stretched beyond what I was intending to lose, if at all, when I got in the trade. And that's when my trading really started changing. that and the elimination of revenge trading. I mean, we're all guilty of that too. But those two things, because I mentally struggled with ever being wrong in a trade, which would force me to do stupid shit and blow up my accounts. I mean, when you start trading and you allow yourself to be wrong 50% of the time, I can't tell you how freeing that is. Yeah, I can't tell you how freeing that is. It's like a whole weight came off my shoulder. I don't have to be right. I just have to make sure I go to here if I am right. Oh shit. Okay. I'm sure it is, Gene, because it's such a both those aspects that I'm talking about, the revenge trading, of course, and also the fight to always be right. That one right there was was actually kind of hard for me to recognize, and honestly, that was kind of one of those things that was hard for me to actually recognize that was my biggest problem. I mean, even though it was as blatant as can be that was my biggest problem. And once I accepted that, no, Bob, it is math. You're right, Bob, it's math, but it's 50% probability with 50% probability of this. So lose 200 on your losses, make 600 on your wins. Let's do the math again. Oh, hey, I'm making money. Is PAL? That one doesn't sound familiar, Bill. So trading rooms that I've been in. Now I'm going to forget a lot of them, okay, because I just don't remember. But there's ones that still exist that I've been in the past. One was a company called Quick Pop. I've been in their trading room. The owners subsequently, there used to be two guys that owned the company, I think, and I think one of them died. And so the other one just sold the company out. So there's a new owner. I don't know anything else about the company. And then, okay, free rooms. Okay. And then, another one is Viper Trading Systems. I've been in that one before. And then I've been in several others, many years ago, but I don't even know if they exist because I've done some research on trading rooms, while I was trying to develop myself back into trading again. And seems like the ones I could quasi remember, a lot of them don't exist anymore. Yeah, Charles and Gene, again, I'm telling you. And then like Jim can probably do a whole discussion on this next part. But then from that, it's building two things. It's building the bankroll. Once you accept the 50% right, 50% wrong mentality, okay, it's building the bankroll, and then it's calming down and just letting things maturate in your trades. And that last one was that maturate in your trades. I'm going to harp on this with a lot of traders. Yes, I agree. Trade with Gator. I agree, by the way. what you said. But a lot of traders, and I'm not blaming anybody. When I say these things, I'm just saying them for you to identify. Okay? For you to identify. And that is oh, you talked to a guy that went to Notre Dame? It may have been me, Bill. There's not many of us. That's one thing about Notre Dame. There's not many of us. But a lot of people, even when they accept, say, 50% win rates and 50% loss rates, and I'm still guilty a little bit of this last part, but when a trade gets in profit, they just take it, because they're just excited that they made money. And I have a tendency to do that. Let's just say I'm down $400. I have a tendency to get into a trade and look to get that $400 back, even if the trade's going to could potentially make me 800. I still struggle with that. But one of the things I try to harp on in this room is when there's big rotations from the north to the south and from the south to the north, that's when you need to start partaking in the market. And it's that rotation that you need to capitalize on to make you money. And what I mean by that is just because you're up 10 ticks, 15 ticks, look at what trade you're in. Analyze, is this really a 40 tick trade or whatever? And let the damn thing do that, because if it does that 40 ticks, for example, you've just eliminated 3 other damn trades or 400 damn trades you're going to have to stress yourself out to get if you're looking for a certain profit amount. Thank you, Fish Atlantic. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Dude, I know. I got the scars all over my body, my friend. I've got the scars all over my body. From trying to learn that's okay. Now, that's why this channel has evolved to where it is right now, is because now that I make money, okay, and now that I've been through the demons that it took for me to start making money, I feel like it just makes sense for me to try to get it across to some other people. Even if you're not using my strategy, just understand some of these basic things that are just, yeah. And I get stuff from you guys all the time. Okay. This is not a one-way street. All right. Jim, for example, has made me see bigger pictures in my trades. He has made me feel more aggressive in my trading, not aggressive as in do stupid shit, but more aggressive in how I do my trading and stuff. And Jim, are you there, Jim? I am looking at that GC Redline long, by the way. Yes. $9,657.08 yesterday. $9,657.08 yesterday. That was my profit. And I attribute that to Jim pushing me to do more. That was my profit yesterday. That was my biggest profit ever. I know. Jim knows. I was always the guy that would like I get up like say $600-700 and I'd shut it down. I know, holy cannoli, and it's because of Jim. It's literally so I get stuff from you guys too. I mean, I really do. Jim uses my strategy to make him money. I recognize from people like Orville and Jim that I'm leaving money on the table. I need to be a little more, when the market's cooperating. Today is not one of those days so far, but when the market is cooperating, I need to capitalize on that. I started the year. Today's the 15th of the month. So today is January 15th. Okay. And I probably am going to be done for the day because it's just shit's not moving. I don't know. But I wrote it down here. January 2nd, my beginning balance was $5,836. $5,836. Okay. My balance right now is $28,341. That's 22,505. And that's at least half of that is from Jim pushing me to be more committed to the trades that I take. I don't know where Orville is. He was going to be retiring at the end of December, I think. I have not heard from him. I should probably email him. Yeah, it is a nice payback. That is great. I know. I mean, I'm flabbergasted. To be honest with you, I'm just totally flabbergasted. Yeah, 22,505. And it's the culmination of a lot of things. It's having the patience to wait for the market to do north and south. It's recognizing that even when I get into a trade, I could lose 50% of the time. That's fine. Let's make that loss, small as possible. And then it's letting the trades that I do get into go to targets that make sense to make the most amount of money out of those trades. And it's people like Jim and Orville showing me that, dude, your shit works. This stuff does this, be committed, let the trades go and make the money. And that's exactly what I've been doing. I told everybody at the beginning of the year when I started this, when I came back after the holidays, I told everybody, I sat down, I did evaluations of me. I do it twice a year. I did an evaluation of me and my trading, and I looked for my strengths and weaknesses and what I need to work on. And the main thing I came up with was committed to bigger trades. And then I started adding contracts. I don't know if any of you noticed, but I've been trading the NQ with 2 contracts. I've been trading gold with 2 contracts. I mean, I'm committing more contracts and I'm committing to bigger profits. I mean, it's like I didn't even blink yesterday when I took that NQ trade in the afternoon and I made like $2,400. I wasn't even stressed. I wasn't even, you know what I mean? It was peaceful. And it was so funny because the damn thing did exactly what I said it was going to do. It's exactly what I said, what I say in this channel. Exactly how it worked was exactly how it played out. And I just kept adding the contracts, let it go up, boom. And just like I've always said, it's that last part where the battle's going, and your target's up here and you're thinking to yourself, God, it's never going to get there. It's that last part where it just slings. You know that. That's when it runs. That's when price runs, is at the end. It runs to your target, and then it dies. And that's exactly what that NQ trade did yesterday that I talked about in my video I did last night. But right now we're just sitting in crap. So I'm not doing anything. But yesterday, so let's go back. Let's go to that NQ trade since we're sitting here doing freaking shit. I don't remember if I took it on this instrument or I don't remember I don't remember what screen chart I took it on. Let's just do this because nothing's moving. So just to emphasize what I'm talking about of, when to get in the market and when not, let's see if anybody can recognize why I got in the damn market. So here's 130. 130. All of a sudden, zing, the NQ runs down. Zing, the NQ runs up. It creates space above our 5-minute red line. Sits on top of it. Bam! Shit! And those are big moves. For 1:30 in the afternoon. And I saw this and I was on the phone and I didn't have my ATM on to push the button. So I completely missed that. And then the market goes dormant again. See how it goes dormant? Once it goes to target, it just kind of runs out of steam. Then all of a sudden, bam, it just takes off again. And I'm sitting here looking at it, and here's my 5-minute gold line, and it sits on top of it, consolidates right there. And I said, son of a bitch, they're taking this back through the high. And it allowed me to add a couple contracts and wait for the legs. There they are. See the big legs? Those are the big legs you're looking for. The last bit. And then bam, $20-some hundred on that trade. Shit. Anyways, I'll be right back. One of the things about, so what I'm trying to point out is this is why, for example, I'm not partaking of what's going on in the market, because when it looks like this in general and not straight lines, there's no sense in us getting into this shit and getting our heads punched in. And that's exactly what this showed us. No, we're going somewhere. And they ran right through the highs, and then they ran through the highs again. And then bam, went back into dormant mode again. Did it? No, it went back out the top again. Shit, I don't know. I stopped. When I made this money, I was done. I mean, because now we're getting close to 4 o'clock. Here's 4 o'clock. Jesus, it already took a lot for me to take this trade at 3:20 in the afternoon. I don't do that. All right, looks like we might be moving here. So we had a crossover. Oh shit, let me get my other chart up. Sorry. So the ES, let's look at the ES for a second. ES did a crossover retest, and we might be looking at a short there in the ES. So that means the NQ is probably going to go short also. We need to hold this pivot right here on this upside move. Jesus. I don't have my strategy on over here. Why don't I have my strategy on over here? Jesus. Oh shit, it jumped me. I'm getting out. Oh shit, I can't get out. It jumped me. What the hell happened there? Does anybody know what happened there? Anybody know what happened there? Holy shit. Was there some news or something? I mean, look at this ES candle. Look at that ES candle. Holy crap. That's not a normal ES candle. Something must have happened. Something must have happened. Somebody must have said something. Yeah, no news, but somebody could have said something. You know, with all the crap going on in Iran and shit, who the hell knows? That was crazy. Did gold do the same thing? I wasn't looking. Now gold didn't do anything. Gold didn't even blink. Look at that. There it goes again. So something's going on. Something's going on. Something's going on. There it goes again in the NQ. So something's going on. Something's going on. Yeah. Those are some. I mean, look at the ES. Does anybody look? I'll show you the ES. Look at the ES. That is not the ES normal. I mean, goddamn, that's 13 points. 10. Yeah, 13 points in the ES. Just like that. That's not normal. Yeah, something's going, some Fed bullshit, maybe. I don't know. Treasury buybacks. You know, there's a rumor out there. God damn. There's a rumor out there that the federal government's going to fund basically Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac to buy bonds. Jesus, come on, man. It's just ridiculous. 200, what was it? How much? I think it was $200 billion to buy mortgage-backed security bonds in an effort to drive down rates. Just insanity. Yeah, they're probably pushing it back there, but I'm not doing shit until this thing, gets into some kind of normalcy. Because again, there may be something going on. Somebody may be talking. Yeah, the RTY is just gone. It's just gone. But there may be somebody talking or something going on. Hey, Somalia to buy bonds. They don't need to buy bonds, man. They just have to open up a daycare. Fucking crazy. Just stupid. Just stupid. Absolutely, fishermen. Fish Atlantic, yeah. All right. Let's try to get some gold is just gold is just sound asleep. I mean, just sound asleep. Huh. Man. Whew. Jesus. All right, let's do some looking here. Hmm. All right. Well, kill that idea. Might get a crossover retest here to the long side in the NQ. I just used the gold line instead as a reset. I just it just makes it easier. Charts are cleaner. So I let the gold line be my reset. I used to remember that little red line was only for resets to see a reset of price. I'm like, fuck it. I'm just going to use the gold line. Cleans the chart up a little. Oh, Yeah. Oh, there it goes. Damn it. It's like all the red line has done today is counter trend the slope of its fucking trade of its line. See, it's sloping up now. Now it's rolling south. Jesus. I'm watching the NQ for those of you know, and I'm watching the NQ. If we get lucky, we'll get the 9 EMA up here at the same time that we come and test the top of the open. All right, maybe right here. So if we can get this thing to pull back, nice sharp pullback here, be good potential for a long. All right, sharp pullback. All right, we might be getting it. Man, I keep losing my freaking charts. Come on, NQ, come down. All right, is anybody looking at the RTY here? I'd like to see that candle consolidate inside that candle to the left, and then maybe get along through the top. Come on, NQ. Shit, move. All right, come on, come on, RTY. Go, go, go. Oh, shit. So the NQ did what I said it was going to do. Oh, man. I'm kind of stuck. I'm kind of stuck because I'm already in a trade. I'm in this trade right here. It's not going anywhere. Fuck, there goes the NQ. Everybody knows I'm not in the NQ. That means it'll work. Come on, RTY. Go. Go. Why are we sitting still here, RTY? That's not a good sign. Come on. There you go. Let's go. Come on. Come on. All right, all right, all right. Now go. Come on. What the hell? I'm not going to let it take out that candle there. Come on. What the hell? Come on. Come on, RTY. Come on. Fuck. I understand you've been running a long ways, but you need to run a little more. I need a new pair of shoes, damn it. There you go. There you go. Let's go. There you go. Come on. Come on, damn it. Shit. Jesus. Holy cow. Farfignugan. Oh my God, you have got to be kidding me. What is going on here? You know you want to go through the top. You told me. That's why you told me to get in. You said, Bob, come on. We're going to go through the top. I said, okay, I'm willing to do it. I'm looking at the YM. The YM's going through its high. So the RTY needs to go. The YM's going through the high. What the hell are you doing? Go. Come on. The only reason you're not going through the high is because I'm in you. I'm literally watching the YM go through the high of the day. And we're sitting here. Come on. You have got to be kidding me. Come on. I'm looking at you over here. I'm done. That's it. Oh shit, I killed my strategy at the same time. I hate when I do that. Hold on, let me turn that back on. I just can't believe it. The YM was going through the high, and I'm sitting there going, what the hell? Oh no. Oh no, I got my freaking chart stuck. Piece of crap. Piece of crap. Why were you rolling over? Yeah, gold blew up for no apparent reason, but it did. Now, I talk about this. Gold has a tendency to wake up. How many times have I said this? I said gold has a tendency to wake up after 11. Well, here's 11, and then wham, and then wham. It sleeps in the latter half of 10 o'clock, and it wakes up after 11. And there we are. It did. Now, no tradable event for me to look at, but yeah. Unbelievable. That RTY was just painful. Just painful, especially when I'm looking over at the YM. So let me just drag this down. I'm looking at the YM and it's going through its high. Okay, this rotation through the high. Granted, it stopped when it got through the high, but I couldn't even get the RTY to the freaking high. It's like, what the hell? Go. Thank you for your attention to this matter. What the hell is that supposed to mean? Oh, shit. God dang it. I cannot believe that. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I know, Bill. Yeah. Yeah, that's when the London markets close, and it's after the London market closes. It's like it's pretty much you can hang your hat on it. After that London market closes, gold gold has a tendency for whatever reason to come back to life. But it goes to sleep going into it. You're just pissing me off right now, RTY. Yeah, you are. Yeah. Now you're pissing me off. All right, the NQ broke through its pivot high right there, came back. I might be looking for a long here. There ain't much room to get, but sit. It's just I'm not doing it. It's running off too much. I'm not going to chase big candles. Not when we're not in a big candle situation. I mean, the market's not in a big candle situation. I don't want to be on the wrong side of a candle when the candles aren't really moving. Yeah, it's yeah. Christine, you're lucky because it's just been choppy. So, you're lucky. It's just been choppy. It's just been choppy. So it's been a good day to not necessarily partake unless you trade the RTY. The RTY had some beautiful setups today, but that was probably about it. You're going to freaking rotate here, aren't you? God dang it. Jesus. Good job, Edwin. Good job. See, this little rotation right here is probably going to work, but there's no room for it. I mean, it's just nothing there. There's just nothing there. They're going to have to start doing something to get me involved in this. All right, gold. Good place for gold right now will be this 5-minute gold line. Good place for gold right now will it be if it consolidates on this 5-minute gold line and then long. Because we've crossed over the 5-minute gold line and we're having a pretty deliberate pullback right here. So we're either coming to here or we're coming to here. My guess is this, because this is the top of all these pivots that were broken. See all these pivots here to the left in gold? Those are like support now. All right. Ooh, 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 ooh. All right. Ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah. All right. Let's pay attention here. Time to pay attention. Sit. Don't run off. Oh, man, that 5-minute gold line. I don't need you running off already. Sit. Sit, boo boo. Sit. Ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. That's going to the red line. That's going to the red line. Going to the red line. Hold on here. Change of plans. Hold on. That's why we wait. That's why we wait. Come on. And look at the NQ. Look what it did. Ping, ping, and then back. I mean, there's no room in this rotation. All right, all right, all right, all right. Woo-wee. All right. Let's sit. 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 Just sit there. This would be a great, great time for a W pattern. Oh my God, this would be wonderful time for a W pattern. A roll up, roll back down, and then wham, all the way to the prior day close. All the way to the prior day close. Okay, come on back. Now come back. Now come back. Now come back. All right, come back here. All right, let's pay attention to our support line right here. That's what we're looking for to hold. Stay. Stay. Just stay. Ah. Not right now, boo boo. Stay. Stay. All right, come on now. Don't break that pivot for me. Oh, you did. I'm going to still wait because the upside is worth a lot of money. I'm still going to wait just in case. Oh my God, come on. Shit. Yep. Come on, gold. That freaking NQ. That NQ's doing line to line again. Is anybody paying attention to that? Ah, shit. All right. I'm not doing it. Forget it. God dang it. Well, that was a huge, if it had rotated, that's a huge trade. It helps if I actually bring my coffee cup. I get to the coffee pot, I have my coffee cup. All right, Jesus. I get to the coffee pot and I pull the pot out and I'm like, I didn't bring my freaking cup. Oh, shit. Man, I probably should have taken that NQ trade for multiple reasons to the long side. Yep, I probably should have taken that NQ trade for multiple reasons. So does everybody kind of recognize what I was looking at here? Like if we roll down, nice straight line to the red line, up, down, and then bam, that break, that could have been our target. I mean, and you're here in at, let's just use 20 as your entrance, let's just say. 33, that's, $1,300 a contract. And I mean, that was very likely what the rotation would have been. I should have taken that NQ trade. What a clown I am. I really should have. I should have taken that NQ long. Are you in the NQ trade? I wish I had taken it, man. I mean, it's being very lackluster, but it's got a lot of potential. It really does, to the upside. It's got a lot of potential. Let me get there. So see how it ran through the prior day high, created a new recent high, came back solid on top of the prior day open, and also pierced our 5-minute gold line. And then, here's our I think it's got a lot of potential because now it's on top of the 9 EMA. So it should start pushing it and then go. Jesus. Oh, there they did that. They did that little clean out of the stops, Ryan. They just did that little clean out of the stops right there. Wow. This is just ugly. It's just ugly. This is payback for my successful day yesterday. Just things are just not going to be, that's, I don't blame you, Ryan. I really don't. Like today is their rotations are just not working today. Well, I shouldn't say they're just not there. They're just not there. I mean, the market is, it may be because all these Fed people are talking, and, it has a tendency to do that. The market, granted, for some reason, the RTY and the YM aren't paying attention. They're off and doing stuff, but the ES and the NQ have been just dog shit today. Just dog shit today. Nothing tradable. I mean, I say that, but I made $1,000 in the NQ today. But that was before the market opened. That was before the market opened. I am going to shut down for the day. And just call it a day. I my final tally was 775 for the day. Nothing major, but the NQ trade is the one that made me my money. I lost. I got snapped in the head in NQ right here, unwillingly, from this craziness that happened when probably some Fed chairman was talking or something. That caused me to give back a little bit of my $1,000. So, anyways, every day can't be like finding a vein of gold in your backyard. But as long as you're not throwing away a bunch of money, that's okay. Everybody have a good day. I will talk to you later. And see you later, guys. All right? Bye. Oh, Fish Atlantic, to answer your question, sorry. In the RTY and the YM, I trade 2 contracts. I probably need to jump that to 4 because I'm starting to scale my stuff up. And right now in the NQ and in GC, it's 2 contracts now. NQ, it's between 1 and 2, just depending on what's going on. The ES, I trade between 1 and 2. But I don't trade below 2 on YM or RTY. It's 2 and above. All right. I don't know if that answers your question. Yeah. Good job, Edwin. Good job, man. Excellent. All right, guys. I'll talk to you later.